Intel CPUs are highly unstable. Gamers are preferring Windows 11 and AMD is losing market share. Hello, welcome to a fresh new episode of the TD News Show, and let's talk about that. Now, if you have keeping tabs with the news, you have seen and heard somewhere that Intel CPUs, or at least current gen Intel CPUs, are not really that stable. Well, according to Chip Hell and later reported by WCCF Tech, 5 out of 10 i9 13900Ks are stable and 2 out of 10 14900K are stable. That means in case of 13900K you have 50% stability rate, and in case of 14900K you have 20% stability rate. And the main culprit is motherboard and motherboard BIOS. They are overshooting these CPUs, running them so high than they are rated at. And the test has been done here with Asus motherboard, and Asus has been the biggest contributor of these instability thanks to their BIOS settings. But the fact of the matter remains that Intel should take accountability for this particular scenarios. Intel is continuously pushing their CPU to the limits, to the point that these kind of things happen. Recently, Intel announced that they are changing their branding from Core I to Core Ultra. According to a leaked lineup of Intel Arrow Lake CPUs, the upcoming CPUs Core Ultra 9 285K, Core Ultra 7 265K, and Core Ultra 5 245K. Intel have been experimenting with naming scheme from Pentium to Core, then Core I, and now to Core Ultra. In my mind, the Core I was one of the iconic and recognized naming system that there was, to the point that when AMD launched their Ryzen CPUs, they followed the same structure: Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9. Same as i3, i5, i7, and i9. And that's a good naming scheme. That's a good way to divide your SKUs to different subdivision, and that's a great idea. Now they are taking it to the next step. I don't know how it's gonna pan out. To my eyes, it looks a little simpler, but again, we have to see it in future how it pans out. Now let's talk about Red Team for a bit. Recently, they have celebrated their 55th birthday. They have been in the industry for 55 years, which is way older than even old people. That's a great thing. But what's not great is in their recent financial report, we got to know that they are doing good, except in their GPU division. They have seen a reduction of 48% in their gaming revenue. Now the gaming revenue is their whole GPU business dedicated towards gaming. That includes the 6000 series, 7000 series, and also PS5 and Xbox gaming consoles, and I think also Stream Deck, because that also have AMD CPU. So all of this is their gaming revenue, and that has seen a nosedive of 48%. Even after we say that 7000 series RDNA 3 GPUs are good, people are not buying it to the point that it would make substantial difference for AMD's. The 6000 series was good. A lot of people even buying 6000 series to this day. And talking about PS5, it was launched quite a few years back. So now a lot of people already bought PS5. People who haven't already bought it, there is a very minimal chance that they will buy it in the future. And then there are some portion of people who are waiting for the PS5 Pro, and AMD have said that their revenue will not recover until 2025. Now let's talk about Windows 11. We all hate Windows 11 to our core. I hate it as much as you do, trust me, but it looks like most gamers like Windows 11. According to Stream's recent hardware survey, Windows 11 has gone up by 45%. Now, there could be a lot of reasons behind that, but the biggest reason could be the annoying Windows pop-up saying, hey, your PC is ready for Windows 11. Why not upgrade it? But what is intentional is the next section, and that is quick news. ASL launches a cat theme RTX 4060. Here's the question that I have. 4060 is that much popular that these companies are experimenting with 4060s? Like, there are so many variants of 4060s that it is like unfathomable. There are cat theme 4060, there are anime theme 4060, there is a 4060 where you can install a SSD, then there are special edition 4060. Like, who is buying all these 4060s? Nvidia now has an app to run on Stream Deck for the GeForce Now streaming service. AMD's RDNA 4 is rumored to have a revamped ray tracing accelerator, and I have already made a video about that, which you can check it right here or right here where the pop-up appears. Highly anticipated Hellblade 2's PC requirements are out. The minimum requirement for 1080p low settings, you need to 8th generation i5 or a 2nd generation Ryzen 5, a GTX 1070, 16 gigabytes of system memory and 70 gigabytes of storage. Although if we compare the first Hellblade's minimum requirements, like I'm talking about the low 1080p performance, to this Hellblade 2's PC requirements, it looks very high or very demanding, but you have to understand that games are not getting any lesser when it comes to quality. They are getting higher quality, and that's the reason we see minimum requirements with this high kind of specification. But although it isn't that much high if we compare to some recent games, and judging from Hellblade 1's the first game, even to this day graphically it stands out. So, and it also supports all flavor of upscaling technologies. If you have any lesser hardware, then you can try upscaling. Now that was all for today's tech stuff, and all of the links are linked down in the description, so don't forget to check them out. Now let's talk about some entertainment stuff. The Boys season 4 trailer is out. Have you guys seen it? It looks way more gorier than the last 3 seasons, and it also features Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Now it looks like whenever Eric Kripke needs a new actor for a new character, he just looks at the Supernatural rosters and pick one. Like last season we had Jensen Ackles, and this season we have Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Who knows? In season 5 we could see Misha, then on the 6th season we could see Jared. Anything can happen, and Supernatural was Eric's baby. Later the showrunner changed hands, and Boys also looks like that it is Eric Kripke's baby. So who knows, he could slowly bring every single Supernatural star. Hey, a man can dream, right? I'm one of the biggest fan of Supernatural. Come on, give me a crossover. You have already done with Scooby-Doo, why not do with the Boys on? And lastly, Cobra Kai season 6, the finale would be a 3-parter on Netflix. Now Netflix is clearly taking some inspiration from Attack on Titan. Who knows, the last part would be another 2 parts. If you never watched Cobra Kai, it's a reboot of the original Karate Kid, not the Jackie Chan's Karate Kid, and the show is really good. Like, I have watched till season 4, I haven't watched season 5 yet, but I'm planning to. But it's really good. It has that old theme, like the whole 90s vibe to it, and it's a pretty chilled down, relaxing show with goofy humor, and it also has decent action. And you almost currently you almost have every single member from the original Karate Kid in the Cobra Kai series. So give it a watch if you ever watched the original Karate Kid. It's a really good show. And even if you haven't watched the original Karate Kid and you just watch Jackie Chan's version and you think that that movie is good, you can unsubscribe. You can, trust me. Bye, I guess. I don't know. Like, if you think Jackie Chan's version is good, then adios, amigo. But all jokes aside, don't unsubscribe. Subscribe. Jackie Chan is the legend. He's the GOAT. But the Karate Kid is not that good. Like, it's not good at all. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, hit the like button. I'm sweating so much, it's so hot. I've turned the AC off, so I need to turn it on. And if you hate it, dislike it. It will hurt me, but again, it's so hot that I couldn't even feel that hurt. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And if you want to subscribe, do it right here. Peace.